Hello, this is Jasmine Talksham. Thank you for joining me today. So, I am going to talk about Dyson vacuums. Like you can see, you might not know, but these are all Dyson vacuums. And so, I'm going to start with you, start a story with you to kind of bring let you guys know how I get into the Dyson vacuum. So about 2008, my husband and I got a house, the first house that we own. And, it's a 3-story townhome type of house. And in the city we live, and we were very excited. At that time, we already have 2 vacuums, and it's a 3-story. Ideally, I would just put one on each floor, except that we don't really have a lot of closet space because it's more like a townhome type of house. And first floor is 1 bedroom and a bath, and then the garage second is the living, dining, and the kitchen, and then the third is master and another bedroom with the bathroom. So we don't really have a lot of space, but we have 2 vacuums, and I didn't want to throw them away because it's functioning. And so I don't know how long after we moved in, it's probably around 2009, or could be 2010. One day, my husband and one of my friends from school, they went shopping together, and so they apparently went to Target. I don't know where I went. Might have met up with some friends, but what happened was they came back with a Dyson vacuum. It was this one. And it was, I cannot remember, $350 at that time. And to me, it was a lot of money at that time. And I was not making a whole lot of money. I have been only working for a few years and things like that. So to me, $300 or over $300 for a vacuum is a lot of money for a vacuum. And especially you can go to Walmart and get one for $65. So I was just yelling at my husband. I said, why the heck did you get the vacuum? We already have 2. And it's not like he does any vacuuming anyway. And he would be like, well, it's $50 off. They were having a sale, blah, blah, blah. And I even told my friend, I said, hey, why did you even let him buy a vacuum? Like, well, I don't know, So that was kind of how it got started. And then my husband had promised me at that time, said, I'll do the vacuuming, this is really cool. So he started showing me, like, this is really cool. And that must have been probably the only 5 times that he would ever vacuum. And the first time was testing out this brand new vacuum. I mean, you can tell it has some scratches, but it still looks really good. And the first one, this one I just want to talk about, it's a I did some research yesterday and I forgot, but the model is BC24. I think this is a small size for the upright one, and then it has a bigger one, but it's not an animal one because we don't have animals. And what it is this is upright, and so I can show you really quick what it does. And so this one, you just bring it up, right, and then of course this is the cord. You can see me now, but this is, you step on the red thing. Let me see the angle, because I'm just using my laptop to record. So this is how you get it down, and then this is how you vacuum. I'm not going to plug it in because it turned really effortlessly and really easy, very light. So that's the beauty of Dyson. And then when you're done, you just step on the stepping stool again. You bring it down. So this is to lean back, and then when you're ready, it basically locks it in on itself. But if not, you can just kind of push a little bit to help it go in, and then you basically bring it down. So now when you go to the hose, let me see. I kind of forgot how to use this thing because I haven't used it for a while. Oh, you know what? Because I just want to show you really quick. I haven't been using this one for quite a few years, so at least 2. So you see here's a red button. They make it pretty compact, so it's pretty cool. So there's a red button. and I push the front to release it, the front red button. And then here's the hose, and then here's the cap, and then you connect it, right? And then and then you connect the adapter. There's one, whatever. Here's this one, if I know how to get it off, and then just vacuum. So that's kind of pretty much what this is about. So you can extend it, and you can vacuum it, and then you press a lot of the, the red button. You see a red button, just push it and see what it does. And you bring it down, right? And you bring it back. So this one is perfect, and one of the reasons that I really like Dyson is, one, it's making it change direction really easily, because the old vacuums I have, it's like you can either go straight, and then you have to lift it up and turn, let's say you're going straight, and then you want to turn to this direction, you have to literally pick it up and turn around 90 degrees, and then you go this way. So, but for Dyson, you don't really have to do that. All you need to do is just turn, like, steering wheel. And the other great thing that I like is, if you have dust and, paper crumbs, not paper crumbs, chips, crumbs, along the edges of the wall, all Dyson vacuums picks it up really, really well. It might not be 100%, but it's like 95% of the time. So it just makes things a lot easier, because after I started using Dyson, after I yelled at my husband and after I started using Dyson, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to go back to a non-Dyson vacuum, because a lot of times when I'm using the old vacuums, after I vacuum, there will still be a line of dust bunny, crumbs, and then I have to get the hose. Sometimes the hose doesn't get it. It just, maybe the suction is the power of the suction, it's just not strong enough. So, for Dyson, it just, one time I don't have to bend down, I don't have to do much extra, other than, lifting up something so I can have the whole floor to vacuum. So that's the one thing that why I fell in love with Dyson. And then a few years later, maybe 4 or 5 years later, we decided to get this one. It's just really easy. I can push it. This is cordless, and it's great, in like for kitchen, especially because if you cook, you tend to make, like have trash, like here and there on the floor, and have crumbs and stuff like that. So this is really great, and you just, like, I don't know if you can see it, but where is it? Here, because it's the opposite side. You just pick it up, right? There's a little whip pick. So you just pick it up and then it goes in. So I'm gonna go back. And so it's just really, really handy, and all you do is just make sure you plug it in when you don't use it. The timing doesn't last very long. So it's not for a big area, it's just for spots, different spots that, after dinner you can basically use this to pick up, whatever food and, stuff that fell on the floor. And this is my newest favorite gadget. It's the Motorhead V7 that we have. At that time, I think V7 was new. We got it about a little over 2 years ago. Now, I think yesterday I was looking, I did a video yesterday about this, but I forgot to say something. So I decided to do another one, a new one for you guys. So I was looking up, and I think right now you would have V10. So, which it means that probably maybe it's more powerful and it lasts longer. So, which is good, because again, this is cordless, and so there is a holder, like we set it up in our laundry room, and so it's plugged in, and so every time I don't use it, I would put it back on the holder so it will charge until I need to use it. So I just take it out, and for this, it works for an extended area, and if you can see, I'll show you. So let me make sure you can remove it. So I'm even turning it on. So it goes this way. So this is one suction. This is called a max suction. So it turns really, and then you probably cannot hear me when I talk when I have the vacuum on. But the other one, it's the high suction extended run, so which is a lower power one. With the lower power one, the battery lasts much longer. With the max suction, I think maybe 20 minutes at the most. 20 minutes at the most. And we are right now in a 1,400 square feet apartment. And if we do the max suction, it doesn't last for the whole place. So that's something to think about. But if we do the lower power one, which is called the high suction extended run, you can tell by the sound of the motor. You know which one is the higher suction and which one it's not. When we run on the lower one, then we can finish, and it will last for the whole place. Again, my place is not that big right now, so for having one, it's fine. But if you have like 3,000, 2,500, 3,000, 5,000 square feet, or even more, then you might either consider having multiple, or you only wanted to vacuum a specific area at a time, because again, it doesn't last that long. I mean, for V10, it might last up to 30 minutes, but even then, so it really depends. Especially if there are 2 floors, you might want to have 2, so you don't have to just stuck on one, because there is not a way for you to have the option to plug it in and use it at the same time. You can plug it in and charge it, but it's just different than the upright one, the traditional one that you have a constant source of power energy coming in, and then you just unplug it and move it to the next area that you want to vacuum. So these are the difference, but again, this is really, really convenient. So all you do, you take it out, you don't have to drag it, it saves space. Again, we just hang it on the wall basically. It takes very little space, just very easy, and it's very slim. The traditional one, even though it's slim, it just takes up more space. You have to find a space to put it. You cannot hang it on the wall. I mean, you might, but right now we're not. This one, for now, it stays in our storage, which is very nearby, and we mostly keep the two handheld for daily use. So that's pretty much it. I think it might comes in different type of color, and it even have the HIPAA one or the animal one. If you're animal, so maybe even stronger. I'm not quite sure. What I wanted to mention yesterday, and I forgot, was these 3. It's not the only 3 that I have. I actually have a canister one. It's not with me. I am from Hong Kong originally, so I have moved back for a year. And so when I moved back for a year, I actually only was looking for Dyson. I got a Dyson canister one, which maybe I can post a link for you to see. And that was fabulous too. So any Dyson vacuum, I mean, I don't think you can find flaws unless there's something, but that you just don't like about them. But again, I have 4 Dyson vacuums, and they're still perfectly functioning. This one is closer to 10 years, and it's still working, and we just don't really use it much anymore because it's just not as convenient. But I think that's about it. I can show you how to how to take the trash out. And so maybe that is somewhat of interest to you, but I forgot to get a trash bag. So let me go get it, and then I'll be right back. So regarding how to take the trash out, all these are bagless, as you can see. I'm just trying to make sure that my head doesn't get chopped off in the video. Got a trash bag, make sure it doesn't have holes, okay? Because a lot of the grocery bags I get, after I come back, it has hole in it, so you don't want that. And the reason why I don't put it directly in my trash can is because sometimes my kids will have Legos and toys that's on the floor, and I didn't see it when I was vacuuming, but as I was vacuuming, I can hear that it gets sucked up. There's usually a sound that you can tell if you're a mother or a family, or parents. So all you do is, again, you click on the red one, and then you just push it down, and then it unlocks it. And then that's what it is. And the other thing I want to show you is there is a filter that you're supposed to wash once a month. You take it out, and then you have this thing. And all you do, you see here, but all you do is you run under the water, and then let it dry before you put it back in. We have 2 of these. So whenever I wash one, I have another one that can go in right away. So then it doesn't, get held up. But there's the picture too. It's the instruction, and you just kind of rinse it in the water. You kind of dry it, let it air dry it, and then don't put in the dryer. Just let it air dry it. And so that keeps the vacuum, the life of the vacuum longer, right? When you maintenance it and then you take care of it. So yesterday I already dumped all the trash, so there's not much, but I'm gonna open it for you anyway, if I remember how to do it. Okay, so at the back there is a trash can logo, and then it tells you to push it down. So all you do is you push it down. There's a one finger thing, kind of one hand, there's no need to. And then whatever, if you have trash, it will come out. And then all you do when you're done is you close it, put it back in, snap. That's it for this one. Now for this one, I guess maybe somebody vacuumed yesterday. It has a little bit of trash. So, okay, this one I just want to let you know it's called EC56 model. I think it has quite a few models now, so just find the one that you like. And then again, they have like HIPAA, they have people with animals, so just find the one that you like. It might be a slightly different price point, but this one is not too bad. This one, I think it might be like in the 200 range, the 300 range, or low 300 range. This one is in the 100 something range. Maybe, I think when I got it was like low 100, but I don't know about now. Probably not too far off. They don't really change that much. They will only get cheaper, right, as the new model comes out. So again, this is the red button, right? And then you click, push it down, and then it comes out. And you shake it. Oh, I did the vacuum this morning. Close it back up, and here's the filter. So Dyson, one of the good things about Dyson, they make things pretty explanatory. This is the filter. It's very dirty. Here we haven't washed it. So you're supposed to wash it, like once a month. I think that's what they recommend, once a month. Can't do it right now because I'm in the middle of the video. So you just have to make sure you snap it back. This one I felt like it's a little harder. And sometimes I'm not very good with this kind of stuff. I don't want to bore you with it, but let's move on. I'll have to fix that one. For this one, all I do first is to remove the hose so that it's not as big. And then again, there's a trash can logo. And all you do is you put it up, and it comes down, right? Maybe that was a vacuum done. And make sure the lid's closed, and you put it on the floor, and then you can push it down. Okay? Sometimes if you don't seal it, there might spill. You might have to vacuum again because the dust comes out. The filter here, it's very easy. It's this one. It says filter. And this is, sorry, I'm kind of allergic to dust. You just rinse it in the water and make sure it just, you let it air dry it. And then once dry, you just put it back. I think it's too much dust. So, that's the third one. The fourth one, again, I don't have it in front of me, so I can't really show you. But they are very easy to use and very smooth and very, let me just close it at the back. Very smooth and very simple to use, I would have to say, and very reliable. Nothing has been wrong with these so far, so we like the reliability, the quality, the style. And I believe one time we went on a cruise. It's funny that every crew, like cleaning crew member, has a Dyson vacuum. It might be one of those handheld ones. I can't remember now, but everybody was doing it. But now when I get to the crew deck, they were using their very traditional Dirt Devil, whatever type of vacuum. So apparently they like it because it's quite stylish and it's appealing. I don't know what it is, to please their customers and things like that. So this is what I want to share today. I hope you will enjoy this and find the vacuum that, if you're in the market for a vacuum, find the one that fits your need. And then hopefully that will make your job of like cleaning the cleaning task so much easier and effortless. All right, I hope you enjoy. Bye.